We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 122. Today we're going to talk about poker. We're going to talk about Doug calling me out. We're going to talk about, football weekend and whatever else you want to talk about. The Mouthpiece is next. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. What's going up, everybody? So, good weekend. Football was fun. I made one bet on the Jags for $2,000 and won it, and ended up going 6-3, 2-0 on my best bets, and I've now gone 6-4-0 on my bets of my pick of the week, which is an amazing start. And 2-0 on my secondaries that I've put out, but who cares about that? Anyways, it's just for fun anyways. Been a tough weekend for me, just really dealing with this pain, trying to somewhat get myself and my knee where I'm not in so much pain. But it is what it is, and just keep going to physical therapy. Been going for 6 weeks now, and I got another 6 weeks to go. So we'll see what happens with that. So for in the poker world, everybody wants to know if I'm going to play Doug. And yes, I'm going to play Doug. But I'm going to do it on my terms, not his terms. And he says, well, we're just going to play a few sessions, Doug's about Doug. Come out to Texas. Yeah, Mark, you can't even walk. You have to get in a wheelchair when you go to an airport, and then you got to get in a scooter just to move. But come on out here and let's play. It's I wish it was that easy. For people who weren't paying attention, it all started when I put out a poll if I should teach people 08 and Stud 8 tournaments, right? And I was pretty much never going to, because I don't believe I could get enough people to overcome what I know about split games that other people don't know. And so, but it was more of a fun poll. And then he put some nasty ass fucking comment like he always does. And I said, I'll play him whatever he wants. 08 stud out as high as he wants. And, which I will. And of course, he wants to get it, to have it, me to go out to Texas. He wanted me to stream it. And, I'm not going to stream if I'm playing him a match, And then he's like, well, it's only going to be a couple sessions, Well, I'm not going to play him 1-2,000 a couple sessions, I'll play him, 6 hours a day, 7 straight days, which even then that would only probably end up around, for about 3,000 hands. So probably play him around 5. I think 5,000 hands is fine. But again, I have to figure out, when I'm able to even move. I've left the house twice in 2 months, except for when I go to physical therapy every 3 days a week. So, that's what's going on with that. But, I'm not going to just sit there and let him just dictate all the terms and everything. So, we'll figure it out, and it is what it is. People think that I have a problem with Doug. I don't have a problem with Doug. I get along fine with Doug. Doug just likes to say controversial things to, lift his image with his poker room, or just like he did with Daniel. But with me, he cannot beat me in 08 and stud 8. I mean, if we play enough hands where, 5,000 hands, he can't win. And so I'm not even worried about it. But it's just a matter of when I can even move. Anybody at the World Series, everybody in the poker world knows that I could barely walk. And by day 3, I made a lot of mistakes deep in some tournaments because of the pain I was in. So it's not just, I can't just get up and just go play them, but I will. And I can promise you that I will. So, it just kind of annoys me that somebody that that deals with so much shit in life that I deal with, on a daily basis, and people just like Doug that just has to just talk shit, and instead of like everybody in the poker world knows how good I am in 08 and stud 8 and stuff, and he has to just make a snide ass comment for no reason. But it's okay. I'm not like that. See, he got Daniel to play him in his game, and Daniel played his terms, and he thought it was funny that he's going to play me on my terms, and I just want to beat him. I just want to beat him out of the money. I don't give a fuck about clicks. I don't care about views. I don't care about his fucking poker room. I don't give a fuck about shit. I just care about beating him out of his fucking money, and then him saying, "You kick my ass," and shut the fuck up. That's it. That's all I care about. So, but listen, again, I have no problems with Doug. He just doesn't respect anybody, but he's all about himself. So it is what it is. Anyways, so that's what's going on with that. I'm sure I will actually call him and figure out when we're going to play, and what stakes we're going to play, and how many sessions we're going to play. And we don't need to keep going back and forth on fucking Twitter. That's what he did with Daniel, and he got him to. No, I'm never going to play him online. That's never going to happen. It'll always be live. So that's that. I just need to figure out. Again, I can't even walk down my own hallway, so me being able to go to Texas is at least 6 weeks away. So we'll see how that works out. And I look forward to definitely beating him, because I won't lose. You can mark that down. There ain't enough. He can't get enough help to beat me. But he wants to play in a situation where he probably, I don't know, but I'm going to make sure that it's a situation that fits me, where I'm going to give myself the best chance to win. I'm not going to do any just jump of the mill situations. So, a lot of people want to they want to watch it, but the funny thing is like, he's like, oh, how are you going to get people to pay to teach them if you don't show them why would I show anybody what I know if I decide to open a teaching site? Now, the chances are I'm not opening a teaching site, because I've been against doing it for 20 years. Why would I start now? But I do want to beat him out of at least 250,000, and to 500,000 or a million, depends how long we decide to play for. If we play 5,000 hands, let's see, I should be able to beat him out of probably 3,000 an hour. I probably only beat him out of about 150,000 anyways. So, but I got to make sure that I'm prepared to play him, because 250,000 is a lot of money to me. 500,000 is a lot of money to me. It's easy for him to talk shit because he's got plenty of money. I've worked my ass off. I turned $5,000 into what I have today, busting my ass. You think I'm gonna just throw it away for Doug's ego? No, I'll make sure that I do it on my terms. Anyways, I don't want to talk about much of that right now. But when we do settle on something, I will let you guys know. Let's see. Football was fun this weekend. Last night's game was fun to watch. But you guys, I can't even understand what I witnessed. Washington Redskins, interesting game. I got them over for the season total, 6.5. I still think that the McLaughlin, whatever, caught that ball. I mean, there was green in between his shoe, and they said he didn't catch it. I got one left in Circa Survivor. I had the Jags this week. Should have a lot more left, but it is what it is. What is the probability that we can have Biden's for 4 more years? Well, I'm still willing to bet that he doesn't run. I mean, I don't think there's any chance he's going to run. I mean, the guy can't even talk. How could he run? But if ass fuck Trump wins the nomination, he might just run on, I'm not Trump, he's an insurrectionist. No, whatever the bullshit they're trying to run on him. And they'll probably win. They'll probably win. I mean, I follow so many people on the right. They think, Trump's the only one that could win. I'm like, come on, dude. They got all the bullshit on Trump, man. Listen to Trump. He's insane. Have you listened to Biden? He can't even speak. He mumbles he doesn't even know what he's saying. I don't feel like getting into fucking politics today because it's too aggravating. No, there won't be debates between Trump and Biden. Biden can't speak. What part of that do you guys not understand? Biden can't speak. It's not possible. He can't debate. He can't talk. Oh my God. You guys are just so funny. Anyways, let's see. Poker with me this week. I didn't really play much. I was really in a lot of pain. I played 3 sessions. I lost 3,600. Of course Obama is the president, you dummy. Who else you think's running the country? Not a brain dead fucking dementia patient. Anyways, I don't want to get into politics. Let's see. The baseball playoffs. Let's talk about the baseball playoffs. The baseball playoffs are starting this week. We have the wild card games, and I'm just trying to get myself where I could walk, where I could go to the division round playoffs. I really want to go to LA next week, but it's so fucking hard for me right now that I just don't think I could do it. I mean, I can't even walk down the fucking hallways. So, but I really want to go. I really want to go and watch the Dodgers, even though I'm wearing my Dodger shirt today. Diehard Dodger fan. My buddy John, he's a diehard who listens to the show. There he is. Hey, diehard Astro fan. I told him we're both drawing dead because nobody's going to beat the Atlanta Braves. I mean, anybody think that that we're going to beat the Atlanta Braves? Atlanta's so good. I just don't know. But the thing is about the baseball playoffs, just look what happened last year when the Padres and Phillies won, okay? And that's why I fucking hate the baseball playoffs. It is like the division series, best of 5. You play 162 games. That's double the basketball, double the hockey, and you have best of 3, best of 5, right? And so, like, best of 5, any team in baseball could just have a bad week where they lose 3 out of 5 games, or they lose 2, 3 in a row. It just happens. You know, the fact that baseball division series is in best of 7, it's a fraud, because there's no way Atlanta or the Dodgers last year could have lost a best of 7. It's just not possible. So, but best of 5, anything can happen. And as good as Atlanta is, I guess they could lose a best of 5, Oral Hershiser is actually a really good friend of mine. And, he plays poker. He's a really nice guy. Super nice guy, actually. I think it's going to be Atlanta and Houston in the World Series. I mean, it's probably a slight to Baltimore, who just won 100 games. They become only the second team in baseball history to lose 100 games and then win 100 games within 2 years. Pretty impressive. Barry, please stop repeating what you watch on MSNBC. Please, you don't know nothing. You are a nice guy, but you're so uneducated with politics. But I think Atlanta, Acuna's so good. What he ended up with 42 homers, 72 stolen bases. There hadn't been anybody steal over 50 bases in like 10 years. I guess the pitch clock rule really, really helped with the stealing of the bases. I didn't really watch much baseball this year. I just kind of just tuned into the box scores and was just seeing what Atlanta was just unbelievable. You know what we need to talk about? Let's talk about the NBA. So over the weekend we had, since we had our last podcast, we had Dame go to the Bucks, but Holiday going to the Celtics. I think the Celtics are a better team. I mean, as good as Dame is, I mean, he's a surefire superstar scorer, but they act like Holiday. I mean, Holiday averaged like 21 a year. It's like top 3 two-way players in the league. You put Holiday with Brown and Tatum and Porzingis and Horford. I mean, I don't know. They're not as deep, but when the playoffs come on, you don't need to be deep. You could play 7 players, and you're fine. I really the Nuggets won't repeat because they lost their depth. They lost Brown. Brown is the one who got the Nuggets over the hump. They lost him, and they lost somebody else. They're not anywhere close to as deep. Celtics going to the finals. I agree. I think the Celtics improved their team over the Bucks. I mean, does Dame improve their team? Yes. But Holiday to the Celtics is what they needed. They got the best, one of the best two-way players in the league, and the Bucks lose a lot of defense with Holiday. I mean, this guy, how many steals did he have in the last 2 years in the playoffs? I don't know, man. Abe, nice to meet you, Chris. Yeah. It's I mean, I'm a diehard Laker fan. I truly believe the Lakers are the best team in the West. But the Suns, they really improved their team with the trade. They got rid of Ayton, who was worthless. They picked up 3 players. They got another shooter and pretty good on-ball defender and Grayson Allen off the bench. The way Ayton played in the playoffs didn't fit their team. So, I mean, you got Beal, Durant, Booker, Nurkic, Grayson Allen. They're deeper. I think it's Phoenix and the Lakers had the greatest offseason there is. So, you know, I really think I think it's going to be the Lakers for Phoenix in the finals, and I think it could definitely be Lakers. I mean, I thought when the Bucks traded for Dame, it was like a slam dunk, right? I was going to bet him at plus 350 to win the title, and I'm glad I kind of waited because I think Holiday to the Celtics is even more impressive. Like, think about it. Marcus Smart or True Holiday. Defensively, they're almost the same. Smart might be, I don't know, 5%, 10% better defender, but Holiday's 10 times better scorer than Smart. He's a better passer. I mean, they improved their team a lot. It's so funny. I mean, I wonder, is like as good as the Bucks think they got, like they let their second or third best player is now on the other team that they're facing. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to take some calls in about 5 minutes here, and figure out what you guys want to talk about. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be Lakers, Phoenix, Boston, Bucks. A lot of people say you're not giving Denver or Jokic enough credit. I am. I think Porter, Murray, and Jokic are amazing, but they're not near as deep as they were last year. And the Lakers got swept by them, but I think they lost 4 games by a total of 16 points or something like that, 20 points. And they improved their team a lot. So, but then again, LeBron's 1 year older, and who knows? Jokic is the best player in the game, 100% agree with you. But it should be interesting. But if Denver wins it this year, with what the Bucks did with their team and what the Lakers, the Celtics, the Suns did with their team, then Denver might win 4 or 5 in a row. Who knows? You know, you still have the Warriors. I mean, they improved their team too. If you don't think Chris Paul improves their team, even though Chris Paul looks like he's kind of washed up, but he won't be the starting point guard. He'll be coming off the bench. I mean, he could create his own shot off the bench. He's a great passer. I can't wait for the NBA. I'm, as much as I was always a baseball first guy growing up, and then I became football. Then I was basketball. It was like always baseball, basketball, and then now it's kind of football, basketball. I'm not really a diehard baseball fan anymore. I mean, they had 9 people in the baseball hit over 300. So, yeah. Who the fuck knows? I'm looking forward to the NBA season. Hockey season, I'm going to try my hardest to go to the game 1 where they undo the banner for the Stanley Cup. But it's really hard for me right now. I'm really, really struggling with my fucking leg and my pain. I mean, last year I was in so much pain. I went to the game, and they had to wheel me out in a wheelchair because my legs locked up and I couldn't walk at all. So I don't want that to happen again. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. Anyways, tonight's game we have we got Seattle and the Giants. I have in my pick'em league I got Seattle as my third best pick, but who knows, man? The Giants have had 11 days to prepare. I read a stat without Barkley on playing. Jones is like 6-16. Push-up, I couldn't do one push-up ever. It's not possible. I can't even move. Oh, man. These people don't, you guys understand. Like, Danny, when we're done doing the podcast, what happens?
You're in terrible pain. You have to go back to bed.
Yeah, I go and I fucking scream in pain and go back to bed. So, listen, my life's not very good right now, but I'm trying my hardest going to the physical therapy to try and improve it. I went and saw a orthopedic surgeon to take a look at my MRIs because I really felt like these pains in my legs are being caused by the disc on the spinal cord. And he showed me my MRIs, and he says the good news is you don't need surgery right now. And that he doesn't think they're being caused by the disc, but he says there might be. So he wants me to finish 6 more weeks of physical therapy and then see if the knee has improved at all. If it hasn't, then he wants to do what's something called laminectomy, but I really have to get like 2 or 3 opinions on this because I've had the surgery already on my back, and my pain doctor told me that if I do a laminectomy that my spine could collapse. And I brought this up to this guy, and he said he didn't think so because it's in the thoracic area. So I need to, but I really would have to get 2 or 3 opinions on this. So it's really important to me to find out, because I definitely am not going to do any surgery where my spine can collapse. So we'll see what happens. Scary part is everybody likes Seattle tonight, and including me. And it's the NFL, and there was 0 upsets this week. I'll tell you what, my preseason picks are really looking good. I have 1 loser, drawing completely dead, which I almost didn't pick, by the way. I put it in, it was my original pick, but I put it in at the last second, made a mistake. Chicago, they're fucking horrific. But I got Carolina under 7.5. I got Denver under 8.5. I have Cincinnati under 11.5. I have Washington over 6.5. I mean, the way Washington looks, even though they gave away the game yesterday, I don't see how they're not winning 7 games. Please don't ever bring up Taylor Swift on my fucking podcast, or you automatically get banned for life. No, I mean it. I'm dead serious. Like, me and my friends were watching the games yesterday. We're like, if fucking these fucking NBC brings up Taylor fucking Swift one more time, we're gonna fucking put a bullet in their fucking head. Dude, they just keep putting the camera on her, and then it goes to a commercial, and then there's a Taylor Swift worldwide fucking tour commercial. Like, listen, I think I've listened to 1 song in her life. Who the fuck cares? It's just so annoying. I mean, come on, guys. Everybody, tell me it doesn't make you want to punch the person in the TV when they bring this up. Yeah, exactly. That'll be gone too. I don't hate her. I've listened to one song. You can't hate somebody you don't know. She's probably a nice girl. Here's why I hate her. Okay? Here's what me and my friends were talking about. Okay, we don't hate her. Okay, but this is what. So what? So she's dating Travis Kelce. Who gives a fuck? Okay? Travis Kelce sold himself to the devil. Okay? He has literally sold himself to Pfizer, the most corrupt company in the entire United States of America. The company that forced vaccines on the whole world and made billions and billions of dollars for a vaccine that don't work. To sit there and have a vaccine commercial, I mean, you might as well just, you sold yourself to the devil. I mean, honestly, guys, and you guys don't know me. You guys know me. If Pfizer said, Mike, we want you to represent us and do a Pfizer commercial, okay, they could give me $100 million and I would tell them to go fuck themselves. And that's the truth. Now, you guys are saying, oh, that's not true. You know that Pfizer would never do that. So, of course, you can say that. Really? I have my morals. Everybody who knows me knows I have my morals. When Phil had me on to go with him on on one of the episodes of the Kardashians, I told him, fuck you. They're everything that's horrible about the world they represent. And Cantu ended up going with them. So I could have been on a session of the Kardashians. Please, give me a break. I have morals. People that destroy the fucking country and the world, I got no interest in. Yeah, the clot shot. There you go, buddy. Exactly. It is cringe. It's just like, he doesn't even need the money. And he's like, see, that's the thing. You don't think this coordinated? Think about it. You have the biggest, I guess she's like the biggest pop star in the world, right? Now she's dating Travis Kelce. And what do? They run commercials on her and then commercials on him fucking promoting the clot shot. Think about that, you know? Yeah, she's a lefty. Did you see the video of her with her parents? Where her parents were telling her to stop being political. And she's like, well, we know Trump's a fucking piece of shit, but what does that have to do with anything? Doesn't mean that the Democrat policies aren't just destroying the world and the country. But, yeah, Barry, how many boosters have you had? How many boosters? 5? How many times you had fucking COVID? 3? Oh, God. I bet you Barry's had 5 boosters. I'll take 5. Let's bet. How many? Barry, how many boosters? Come on. Just be honest. 5? I figured 5. Yeah, 5. How many times you had COVID? 3? Or 2?
At least twice.
Minimum of twice. Everybody's had it twice. I don't know anybody who hasn't had it twice. So, but I have about 8 friends that have never had the shot, including the one sitting next to me, and have never had COVID. You know? I got COVID the second I got that first fucking stupid shot. I still can't lift my arm. When I go like this, you guys, when I go like this, there's pain right here. It's called SIRVA. Look it up. It's called Shoulder Injury Related Vaccine Administration. It says, reach out to our government, so-and-so, to receive whatever, some kind of money. Like, what's the government going to give me? Like $500? Hey, Mike, you got SIRVA. Here, give me $500. Yeah, you're in amazing health. Congratulations. Go get another booster. See how many more times you get COVID. There was this guy I was watching. I don't know. I forgot his name. I just happened to be watching an episode of The Five on the Fox like 3 weeks ago. He's the liberal guy. I think his last name's Ford. And they asked him, how many boosters have you had? He said 5. And he goes, "And how many times have you had COVID?" And the guy said 3. And I just started laughing. I'm just like, it's just so funny. And every time somebody gets COVID, like Biden's wife just had it for the second time. They're like, "Oh, Jill Biden has COVID," and we all said, "Okay, the tweet's coming." When the tweets come, what's the tweet? I've almost got it memorized. "I'm resting. Thank God I had my shot because the symptoms are mild." Or what do they say? The symptoms are mild, and I'm recovering nicely. Or they have the brainwashed message. They all put the same message out. Oh, thank God I'm fully vaccinated and boosted, so the symptoms are all mild. What a fucking joke. Oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah, it's all fucking joke. Yep, booster and flu shot coming. Go on, run on down there. Run on down there. Anyways. Nothing gets me more angry than the vaccine. And I was wrong. I took it because of my underlying conditions with my health. I thought that it was a net positive for me, and I was wrong. I don't know if you guys remember. I took the vaccine, and I hadn't left the house in like 13 months. And I went to the, what was it? I got invited to, it was the MMA fight with Conor McGregor. Yeah, I got invited to Suite, and Trump was supposed to be there, which he was. And so I went to it, and I got COVID. That was the first time I had left the house. So I got that stupid shot. That was when they said, "Oh, if you get the shot, you can't get COVID." I'll never forget that. Yeah. No, I took it actually before that. I took it in April 19th and May 8th of 2021. And then I didn't go out of the house till July 9th, and I got COVID the second I went out of the house. And, no, if I had not already taken it, I definitely wouldn't have taken it for the World Series of Poker. The reason why you asked if Vivek would be coming on the podcast, yeah, he still might be. I mean, I still talk to him, but I don't know. It's his poll numbers are going down. I'm still really high on him. I've got a fundraiser going. We're doing this special charity event. I'm going to Chicago in like 2 weeks. I'm supposed to, but again, I don't know if I can because my leg hurts so bad. Yeah, Vivek was fine on the second debate. I actually thought we could talk a little bit about the debate. I thought DeSantis was much better. I thought he was much better on the second time through. No, it wouldn't be tough for him to come on. He's just really busy right now. That's why I wanted to get it before the debate, but whatever. Let's see. Yeah, well, yeah. No, the Polk match is 100% going to happen. I can't just send money to Texas and fly down there. I can't even, I've left like I said, how many times have I left the house since the series ended, Danny? Besides going for physical therapy.
Maybe just a couple times.
Yeah, so the series ended, let's see, July 18th. So August, September. So you're talking about 2.5 months. I've left the house to go to physical therapy for an hour, 3 days a week, the last 6 weeks. And then I might have left the house. Let's see, I went for that that celebrity poker thing that Phil got me into, and I went for that, and I couldn't even. I was like bed. I couldn't move out of bed for 2 days. The pain was so bad. So maybe I've left the house 6 times in 2 months, but that's my life. You know, it kind of sucks. It is what it is, you know. But if I well, I'm going to play Doug. It's when I play him, I will. I'll sell some pieces of on poker stakes for some people that want to take a piece. I don't know how much I'm going to sell, but it is what it is. But yeah, I don't. I'm just going to make sure that when I play him, I'm not in horrible pain, because it just cost me. It cost me big time at the series this year on day threes. I made 2 or 3 big mistakes. The pain was so bad, and so I've got to figure out what we're gonna do. If it's just like, I really want it to be like 5,000 hands of live, and but the thing is it's very hard for me to really play more than 4 hours a day. Like during the series when I was playing, I was playing 12-hour days. Well, not really, from like 2 o'clock till 11 most of the time, 9-hour days. And then I'd have to have an IV every day and a massage therapist every day, and it was really hard. So I've got to figure out what would be best. I mean, I'm pretty. The thing is, when you play head up, it's really psychological, and it's really understanding what people are doing during, especially when you're playing 08 and stud 8, like during the hands. And it normally takes me a good hour. And then if people are adapting during the match, which most people don't, but I'm sure Doug will. You're probably looking at wanting to play 6-hour match a day. So I would probably say the thing is I want to play like 6 hours a day for, I don't know, 5 straight days. But I just don't know if my body will hold up, and I don't want to, if we do the match, it's got to be consecutive. I don't want it to be play 2-3 days, then go home and play a month later for 2-3 days, because that's just a net negative to me, because then he's going to discuss what I'm doing and with his team, with his guys. I guess he's got David Baker was telling me about one of the guys that he has that's a really good mixed game player that works with him at the lodge. I forgot his name. So, like I said, if it's old Mike that had millions of dollars, I'd be down there tomorrow. You know what I mean? Even though I'm in pain. But because of my situation with my pain and stuff, I have to make sure that I'm in a good enough shape for to play. So, and the truth of the matter is, I like what Sean Deeb said. He goes, we can go down there and play any mixed game, which I would play him any mixed game. But to me, it's about money, and I know there's no way he could beat me in 08 and stud 8. And if we throw in limit hold'em, Raz, stud, triple draw, I mean, am I better than him? Yeah. But the swings in those games are much bigger, especially limit hold'em also. And so I'm playing him for the money. I'm not playing him to see who's better. I know I'm better. I'm playing him for the money. So I'm just going to play my 2 best games. And, I don't want, exactly, John, I don't want the luck and variance to come into play. And there's a lot of luck and variance in all the mixed games over a short term. I don't believe, but the variance in split games is very small, especially when you're the better player. You're just gonna the there's a lot of chop pots. Basically, the money is won on laydowns and maximize when you have the best hand. That's how limit poker works. And in split games, there's certain things that you have to do, and I kind of know what those are. Yeah. The thing is the reason why I keep bringing it up, I got to figure out what's best for me is, in day 3 of the stud 8, when I played, what was his name head up for the bracelet? I'm having a brain fart. But when I played the guy head up for the stud 8 bracelet, I really, I didn't play my best. Like, I was in horrible pain, and I made 2 or 3 mistakes. And, I can't be playing like 1,000, 2,000 in horrible pain and making mistakes. So it's really important for me to figure out what's best, and then we'll figure it out. But I'm pretty sure what's best is probably going to be 5 hours a day for, I don't know, 5 days out of a 7-day week. So maybe play 2 days, 1 day off, then 2 days, 1 day off, then 1 day. That's what I'm kind of thinking right now. So it'd be like 5 hours, day off, 5 hours, day off, 5 hours, or 6 hours, 6 hours, day off, 6 hours, because I know my body will just break down. And like I said, will Philly be coaching me? No, I taught Philly everything there is to know about split games. So, I just got to figure it out what best fits me, and where I won't be playing in debilitating pain. I don't want no excuses. You know what I mean? So that's just it. But I 100% swear on Flash's fucking soul, and you guys know what Flash means to me, that I will play him a minimum of 500 and 1,000, but probably 1 8 and 1,600 or 1 and 2,000. But again, I have to do it when my body is able to hold up, and I'm not sitting there playing when I'm supposed to be focusing on how much pain I'm in. So, I don't know, Eric. I think I've played like me and Ray D used to play. Well, you're right. I mean, we would play 8 to 10 hour days. Sometimes you're right. We would play 12-hour days. We'd play 400, 800. And that would be, we would swing 30,000 a day usually, but he's the best player, probably the best player in the world I've ever played with. I mean, I think Ray D's the best Omaha 8-or-better player in the world beside me. And we used to play, tons of hours. Yeah, I guess we used to play for 24 hours straight. You're right. Maybe 5 hours, it really isn't really a lot, Yeah, you're right, Eric. That's the thing. I really want it to be like 5,000 hands, but I want it to be like, so you're basically looking at about 60 hands an hour dealing. So if you played 8 hours, that'd be like 480. You'd have to play for like 14 days. That's all. I mean, you're right. That's the thing. I don't want it to be like You know, I don't want it to be like just, oh, let's play a couple sessions, you know. It'd have to be at least, I think it would have to be at least, it would have to be 5,000 hands. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. I really do. Like I said, I need to figure it out, but that's why I do want to play 1 in 2,000, because 1 in 2,000, you know, I think I probably can make at least 250,000, maybe more, maybe 500. Depends how good I run. You know, if it's only 500 and 1,000, now it's, you know, I played fucking a million hours of fucking head up, 500 and 1,000. It's just like, you're right. It's just not much money. It's like maybe 100,000. It's just probably not worth my time. I mean, I got to figure it out, but that's why I want it to be 1,000, 2,000. So it's worth my time. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like when I used to deal poker, that was kind of, you're right. That might even be on the high side the more I think about it. And you're right. A tiny sample doesn't really favor the better player. That's why I want it to be like 5,000 hands. Like when I dealt you're at limit hold'em, and I was a fast dealer. I would deal 20 hands every 20 minutes, so like 60 hands an hour. But you know, a lot of like stud 8 is really broken down. You know, on 3rd Street, the hands go pretty fast. So, anyways, I've got to figure it out, you know. But I really want to just be where I'm not in pain, and then I could actually play for maybe a couple weeks straight, you know. So we'll figure it out. But I'm only playing it for the money. I'm not playing it for clicks, views, or anything like that. So, but I've got to figure out where my body can hold up, you know. Every time I play live poker, not counting the tournaments, it's I go for like 4 hours and I can't even move. So, but the reason why the tournaments have been good, I'm able to do so much better is, you know, I get out of my car, they bring the scooter to my car, so I don't walk at all. I then drive the scooter around at the World Series, or like last year I even went to the Wynn, and I had the scooter right where I dropped my car. And so as long as people don't understand, like I cannot walk more than 150 yards or else I'm in debilitating pain. So even if I do it, I have to figure out a way to get a scooter brought to the hotel, which I know where I'll stay because it's the same place I stay every time I'm over there. And then I just that's the thing, is I have to have somewhere where it's really going to be tough because I mean, it would be so much easier if he came out here and played, and then I could just bring a scooter to the Bellagio or to Resort World, and then they just bring it right to me right when I bring my car over, you know, and then I don't have to walk. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. 5 hours per day, 5 days, we won't get near it. Yeah, you might be right. You know, that's the thing. I mean, when I play head up, I like playing 8, 10, 12-hour sessions. I mean, me and fucking Ray, we used to play for, we'd play for around the clock back in the day. But, and we just played straight 08. I think playing 08 and stud 8, it'll be so much less. You're probably right. Yeah, I gotta figure it out, Eric. I gotta figure out what the heck's best. But I'm definitely gonna do it. So, well, anyways. So let's take some phone calls.
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live. 702-329-0480. Give us a call. Take about 20 minutes of phone calls, and then we'll go watch the football game. My man Danny was out of town on the weekend. He takes all the weekends off now. He gets paid too much. I'm going to fucking cut him off. And
I'm a very rich dude.
I don't know. He's got his daughter's going to school. Where's she at? Idaho?
Idaho State.
Idaho State. So he leaves town to go watch her soccer matches. Then he leaves town to go do something else. He just doesn't love me no more.
Of course I do.
I know you do. 702-329-0480. Give us a call. We'll talk NBA, poker, politics, hockey, football. What else do I know about? I don't know anything about anything else. Do I? No. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to Chicago here in like 2 weeks with Phil, but again, I don't know how my health is going to do. We'll see what happens. Yeah, welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Is this Mike Matiso?
What's up, buddy?
This is Mike the Mouth?
Yeah. What's going on?
Damn, serious. Nothing much, brother man. Aloha. Calling you from the big island of Hawaii in Kona.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, brother man. Hey,
Yeah.
A couple things I wanted to share with you today, my brother man.
Sure.
Yeah. Happy Doyle Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Happy Doyle Day, 10-2, right?
Yeah.
Right on, brother man. And I think I wanted to make a comment about Gary Adelstein. He, commented on the anniversary of the J forehand. That,
Oh, yeah.
Today.
Today.
He's still convinced that it was a scam.
I'm convinced it was too. I'm on his side.
Oh, but there's no evidence, though, buddy.
Yeah, but you have to. You have to read people. You have to read people for a living.
The first thing tells me it's not a scam is she gave the money back because she didn't want to upset. If a scammer's there to take the money, they don't give it back.
Or they get caught and they know that.
But she never got caught, though. She never got caught. There's no evidence.
But did you see the look on you? You have to look at. Hey, listen to me for a second. Listen real closely. Look, I want you to look at the video, okay? And I want you to look really close at her reaction when she wins the hand, okay?
Because you know why?
The
one part she misread her hand. She thought she had the bottom pair there. That's why she asked him if it was good. She said, I forget, it was a 3 or something that little card. She said, is that good? And then because she misread her hand, she thought she had Jack 3, not the Jack 4.
What if I told you, okay, that the card reader came up in the back as Jack 4 of clubs.
The RF reader came up as Jack 4
of clubs, and that somebody was telling her to call because the reader came up as Jack 4 of clubs. Would that change your mind?
But then the burden goes to prove that the reader said that, because a lot of times the graphics are wrong on all the streams. The graphics sometimes are not correct. But
all I'm saying is I am very, very convinced that.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. Listen,
Yes.
You don't have. I could be wrong. You know.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to all the top players in the world,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like Sean Deeb or even Doug or all the people. They'll say 85% cheat, 90% cheat, and
It seems that way, but there's still got to be there's got to be some hard evidence. It's all speculation, either way.
Well,
but I really think scammers there to scam. She would never give the money back. She was more concerned about saving face and the integrity of pissing off She didn't want to piss anybody off because Ryan was there. Ryan got involved.
yeah.
Because
Well, the thing is, you have to remember all the things. You got to put all the pieces together. Okay, the guy who staked her went crazy when she gave the money back.
Yeah.
That she said she didn't even know who the guy in back was. They were both following each other on Twitter. Okay, there was the wouldn't not the wouldn't not text that she put out, and then suppose if at worst, let's just say she didn't cheat. At worst, she had contact with that guy Brian, and she asked him to log in because she wrote that supposedly text that supposedly Brian wrote to her personally, because that was written by the same person. Like a handwriting person said, it's almost for sure written by the same person. So why is she having somebody write that? What? It's just too much of a conspiracy. Why did she have this? Why did she have that? Why did this was written by the same person? Have you in your lifetime ever heard somebody say the words wouldn't not? Not me. And now you want to say the two people involved happen to use the same term in a sentence? I mean, it's just too much. I've been around, watch enough forensic files, that whenever it's a coincidence, they're always guilty.
Right.
So that's just kind of where I'm at on that. But how's it going out there on the island? I was thinking of coming out there. I really want to come out. I have a friend that lives out there. He's my friend Andrew. He wants me to come out. I told him I'm working real hard. I'm trying to fix my knee so I can walk.
Yes, Yeah.
And
brother.
And
I would recommend coming here to the Big Island of Hawaii. Because over here we have a saying. It's called Uamau Ke'eo Oka'aina Ikapono, which means the life of the land is perpetuating righteousness. And with our volcanoes still going, the land is still alive here.
Well, can I ask you a question? Sure. Since the mainstream media took the Oahu fires and just buried it like it didn't even happen, I mean, this is I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but 800 kids are missing, and the media is crickets, like it never even happened. What's going on with local media? Are they still talking about it?
All the media, it's so, it's who do you trust, Mike? You know what I mean? There's some are saying that it's still there. There's some saying that it isn't. You know what I mean? Because the community is still recent, so everybody's still in shock. Everybody's still, really still taking stock. You know what I mean? On exactly what's going on, because now, the people who had survived, who got temporary housing, now they're going to be getting kicked off. So the government's really got to get its shit together.
Right.
So we all just trying to give you some positive energy, praying for all the people. Trying to make it as positive and best as we can. To get beyond this. And how we make sure that this doesn't happen again.
When people, I don't listen to the conspiracy. I know exactly what happened. The electrical poles burned down, or they blew down from the wind, and the electricity, which should have been turned off, wasn't, and so the whole entire city was surrounded by fire that got caused by the. I know what happened, but see, it's was it? A lot of people were asking, was it done on purpose? Wasn't? But the fact that there's 900 people missing and nobody, and they just 115 people dead and 900 missing, and the media I just don't. It's kind of like yesterday was the 6th anniversary of the shootings in Vegas, and they just, it's like crickets, and everybody knows that they're all lying, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But
one more thing I want to bring up before
Sure.
I let you go, Mr. Mike the Mouth Matasao, is your supposed, if you're gonna play against Doug Polk. You saw that what's his name, Chad, the Norman Chad. You already told, you know. Did you see what Norman wrote about that? He
Yeah,
said,
no.
Did you go ahead and wake up and think you're Chip Reese?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
well, I think you should take Doug on. And
well, no,
you should stream it, buddy. You should stream because you know it'll be a legendary thing. You know, stuck in annals of time. I really think you should let him stream it and just eviscerate him, buddy.
You have to understand, like I let's just say I win $200,000. Like,
Right.
I make, like, I don't want people knowing like what I do, and like,
come on, Mike. We don't have. You're not gonna be. We're not gonna be here for everybody.
I know.
Leave us with some of your beautiful knowledge.
I know.
And a legendary stream. You know.
Well, you know, you have to understand the whole thing got blown up because I talked about opening a teaching site on split games, and he made a snidey ass comment like what a fucking joke, or how bad I am, or something like that. You know.
But won't this verify when you kick his ass? You'll have a line going around the corner for people to sign up for your course, Mike.
Yeah.
So look upon this as it'll justify exactly what you're saying. All of the old school guys are going to be in your corner, bro.
Yeah.
All of the OGs will be behind you, but get this, knock this guy out, get him in line.
Yeah.
And then when you want to do your course, because there is no real. Because I looked, you know,
Yeah.
PLO 8 is my fucking. That's my jam right now. That's like my favorite game to play right now. So, but there's not really any good courses or any good tips out there. Tell people, and that could be you, Mike. That could be your legacy, bro.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call, man. Thanks a lot,
Right
and
Mike.
and
hey,
have
man, I hope you get better, bro. You know, I hope we hear more positive vibes and positive messages from you, bro, because you know that is the healing of the nation, bro. You know, love unconditionally, brother, man. I wish the best for you. And, you know, peace and love to you and your family, brother, man. And I really, really, really want you to kick Doug's ass and stream it, brother. I want to see you do it.
All right. Take care, my man.
Aloha, brother, man. Aloha.
All right. Got it. Later. All right. That was a nice new phone call. So, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, you know, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll just stream it at Poker Go. Or we could play at Poker Go, and we could play for like, I don't know. But see, that's the thing is you gotta play for at least like 8 hours a day. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and they're you know, they don't really have somebody around for that, I don't think. But I really need to figure it out because, come on, Steven. According to Barry, Biden never lies. He's the most honest guy ever. Welcome to Mouthpiece. This is Mike. What's going on?
Hey, we
wrong guy.
Talking, Mike.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hello.
702-329-0480. Let's get some phone calls. Let's see. Football starts in 5 minutes. We can take about 10 more minutes phone calls. I got to figure it out, and we'll figure it out. I think 8 hours is too much for me too. I don't think my body can hold up. You know, the thing is my brain wants to be Mike of before my injury, and so you know that's why I played 36 tournaments this year, and you know I did well because I got me a hotel room. I've never done that, and you know I did a lot of things. Welcome to the Mouthpieces, Mike. Hey, lower your volume. What's up?
How are you? I just wanted to give you a call. I'm a longtime Knicks player.
Okay,
we're just
cool, man.
Discussing the Knicks situation.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously, I would love to watch you on stream play him, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, well, the thing is he has if it was for small stakes, you know, I probably wouldn't mind. But because it's for, for real money, like he has, really good mixed game people on his team. And if I stream it, they're going to go over like all the things that I'm doing and adjust to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if it was, listen, like back in the day when I had a big ego and I'm lots of money, I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But, we're talking about, I've been through the war the last 3 years of my life. I've worked hard to get myself financially in on my feet. And, we're talking about, basically winning or losing $500,000. I'm going to, maybe it could be less than that, but we're playing head up 1 in 2,000. You're going to swing 100 big bets, 200,000. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's many a days where I've swung 100 big bets. So,
let me propose one thing to you.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a mixed player myself and dabbled, in No Limit and stuff like that. But I know I play a lot of heads up, 08, and other mixed games.
Well, the only thing I ever play. The only thing I've ever played head up at a high stakes is 08, because I'm very good at it.
I think even with stud 8 as well, I used to play a lot of that heads up back in the day when all the sites were open. Yeah. But I think heads up, as you know, is such a different game than ring.
Yeah.
And you got to keep adjusting, especially in 08, if you consistently are check raising with like nut draws and things of that nature. They catch on. Even a player like Doug, not a mixed game specialist, will realize
that's the thing.
Every time he check raises,
I agree, 100%.
I don't think you'll give up, honestly, too much of your important strategy that you've been using for years to win because it's heads up.
Right.
I think it's pretty, I know you haven't played a lot of heads up, but it's pretty systematic heads up. And I think
I've played thousands of hours of head up 08 with the best in the world.
Oh, thousands. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not, that's the thing. I know that you have to keep adjusting. Right. And I know the key to head up 08, and I don't want to say it online, what the key is, but if you're a mixed game, if you played a lot of head up 08, you know exactly what the key to winning at head up 08 is. And so, I just know that he has, very good players that are good mixed game players that teach for upswing. And if I stream it, they're going to see exactly what I'm doing, that he has to figure out by himself. In other words, I've played enough head up 08 to know to adjust to what they're doing, right? And if he has somebody watching a stream and seeing exactly what I'm doing and how to adjust, that's going to favor him. I want to be in a position, because I believe that he's drawing completely dead, where I'm going to, or he's not going to be able to have somebody help him. I want him in a position where he has to adjust to me, not other people telling him how to adjust to me, or him looking at video of, oh, okay, he's doing this. Oh, I didn't know he's doing this. Look at what he's doing here, and making that adjustment. Because, this is, to me, it's a lot of money for me. You see what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm going to
would you be playing this on your own roll, or would you be getting stakes?
Well, I want to play all on my own, but maybe I might sell pieces.
I would love to see you play them bigger and make it hurt.
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to
play them
I want to play them 2,000, 4,000, and sell a big piece and really, and then
make it worth your while.
Yeah, because see, in split games, the swing. The thing is the reason why I said I want to play in split games. First of all, it all came down because he was calling me out when I was talking about teaching people split games. And, I know that I want to play the least swingiest game, okay? And the only game that I know that I'm very good at is Head Up 08 Stud 8. I played tons of hours of it, and I feel very confident. And even though I haven't played in, 5-6 years, it's like riding a bike, and I realized that, like, going into the series this year, I was like talking about playing more No Limit because I've been playing No Limit Hold'em every day. And Sean Deeb's like, no, Mike, you got to play the mix, And he says, oh, it's like riding a bike. And the first 4 days I didn't play very well. And then after that, I thought I played fantastic. And, I had a great World Series. But again, I also look at day 3 of 3 major tournaments. And I made, I was in a lot of pain, and I made like one massive mistake. Now one massive mistake in cash isn't going to hurt you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'll be one hand, but like one major mistake in tournament, it really hurt me. I'm not joking around. If I didn't make these one mistake in these 3 tournaments, I could have won 3 bracelets this year. And it's real easy. Like, me and Phil talk a lot, and he talks about like the 3 mistakes he made in a couple tournaments, and he feels he would have won at least one other this year. So, and again, it all, I don't want to make excuses, but it all came down to I was in a lot of pain. And when you're in a lot of pain, like my Head Up match, I was in so much pain that I was trying to not make a mistake. And I end up overfolding and playing too tight because I tried not to make a mistake. And, when you're playing head up, if you play too tight, you're dead.
You're
done. What I mean?
Yeah.
And so I thought maybe I could just get through this 40 minutes where I was really struggling in pain. And I overfolded a hand that cost me the tournament. So I just need to, I agree with you. I would like it to be like, maybe I'll sell a big chunk of myself and make it 4,000 or something. But yeah, I want to make it I want to make it where it hurts. You know what I mean? If you're going to call me out.
I think Stud 8 and 08, it is kind of like, well, 08's a little more difficult in my opinion, but Heads Up.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you mix in like the other,
you got to remember, like in Stud 8, if you make, there's mistakes. All the mistakes are made on 5th Street. And if Doug consistently makes mistakes on 5th Street, which 90% of the people I've ever played will always make a lot of mistakes. Yeah,
I'm sure he'll be dragging.
Yeah, the 5th Street, the 5th Street mistakes, that adds up to, if you're playing 1 and 2,000, that's like, 6,000. Those 6,000s add up. You know what I'm saying? So, it's. And just like in 08, it's always the turn card that you have to play correctly. So, I just want to, I'm definitely going to play, but I just need to figure out which way is best, whether I want to play bigger and sell a big piece of myself. I don't want to play. I really don't want to play less than 1 in 2,000, but I also, if I don't want to be in position that if we play like 4 or 5 sessions where, maybe I run like dog shit, that I could get hurt either. You know what I'm saying? Where I know.
Is that what you think it's going to be? Multiple sessions?
That's what I don't really. I kind of want it to be like 5,000 hands.
Yeah.
I think, let's just say you play 8 hours a day. That's like about 400 hands, maybe.
You probably get what, like 75 an hour live dealing?
I'm thinking like that. I'm thinking 60 an hour. So that's like 480 a day for like 10 days if we went 8 hours.
Okay.
But
so that's why you don't want to stream it mainly, is because it's going to be multiple sessions.
Right. I mean, if it was like one session, sure, But do I really want to you have to understand, it's very, very hard for me to get myself to leave the house, let alone travel. It's very hard for me to walk anywhere. Like when I do play live, I call a guy who drops a scooter off for me. It's just I'm very hard for me. So, I have to figure that out. But, I think it would be more like maybe I'll play bigger and sell a piece of myself. But I'll figure it out.
Can I dress up like you, and
I don't know, man.
We can do like the whole.
I'm not. The one thing,
special effects when I walk in there and play.
The one thing, listen, the one thing I know I'm not. The one thing I don't worry about is like I have tremendous confidence. I played the best players in the world, thousands of hours of head up 08 and stud 8. And so
who'd you used to play back in the day?
Me and Ray D would play for fucking days, and I think Ray D's the best, and so. Me and Ryan Miller, we would play a lot of head up, and I think he is the best, really. I mean, it was really nice to see him win the 10K stud 8 this year because he's the best. He's the best stud 8 player I've ever played with, and so when you see people that you respect a lot, win big tournaments that is their best game, you really feel good for them. Ray's just a fantastic horse player. He finished, I think, he finished 9th or 10th in the 25K this year, and we talk a lot. So I just want to be in where I can play where I'm not in pain, and figure out the right amount of hands, and. If it's just like a one-day thing, I would go down, I would stream it, I wouldn't give a fuck, But you got to remember also, it's like I haven't played any head up 08 in 10 years. You know what I mean? No, that's 2016. 2016.
Yeah, it takes a little.
Yeah,
you definitely got to get the rust off. Oh, stud 8 you can handle.
Yeah,
I would say,
right.
But 08 I would pop online and just play some like medium stakes and just practice.
Yeah,
you'll get people to play heads up.
Yeah, of course. And so, but I just want to. I just want to figure it out. And again, like me and Doug get along. Everybody thinks me and Doug don't get along. We get along fine. I just don't like, I don't like when he he calls me out for things that he knows nothing about and just tries to hurt people. And that's one of my
his thing.
I know. Well, that's one of the things, where
just make fun of his forehead.
Like
when you're sitting across
he got Daniel to play in his game and win 1.2 million. He got, he likes to bring people down to make himself look good, and that's. I don't know if he's a bad guy or just can't help himself. I don't think he's a bad guy, but we've always got along. I just wish he wasn't that way. I just wish, people like
Daniel's
me,
all about him. It seems like these days, the stuff that I've seen online.
Yeah,
they're very friendly.
Yeah, they are. But I listen. I have tremendous confidence in myself. Nobody was ever able to beat me. I mean, me and Ray D would play fucking hours and hours, and we would. I don't think if we played 400 and 800 head up, maybe 1,000, 2,000, I don't even know how many hours, we were like dead even. Over God knows how much time.
Yeah, I used to battle with some of those guys back in the day, like Sally Wu.
Ray D would, he takes his time on everything, and the thing is like, and he would make these calls with like bottom pair. I mean, he'd always get me. Like, he's so good. He was so good. Yeah. He is.
It's hard to play against.
I shouldn't say he was so good. He is so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but I'm not worried about, it's not, the thing is people will say, oh, Doug's the best head up no limit and head up 08 and stud 8. Or, I mean, these are two different things. You don't just get to just fucking move all in,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to make that.
I mean,
you got to fold the turn correctly, or you have to call the turn correctly, and you got.
Well, he has good guys on his team, but
exactly. But I know he has good. I know he has good guys on his team.
Like in stud 8, I mean, as an amateur, your heads up. Most of those guys are never folding pairs, like all the way down.
Correct.
Doesn't even matter if your board's, like 8-3 or
correct.
Things of that nature. And so those extra bets will collect.
It's all Fifth Street. It's all Fifth. Everything. It's all Fifth Street in the turn. So but you're right. He has guys on his team who are really good cash players. I don't think
he has a discipline though to fold those kinds of hands.
I know he does.
This early on, not knowing the game.
I agree. So that's why I don't want to stream it. I don't want him to watch a 6-7 hour match with me and then him and his guys go over how I fuck what I fucked it, where I torch in all the spots I torch him. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And so
if he wanted to learn stud 8, I would hop online and play super stud 8, and you can see how often a big pair wins.
Yeah.
Again,
people, and what's so funny is people think Super Stud 8 is all luck, right? Super Stud 8 is a game that if you're the best player, you win 99% of the time.
You do. You just got to sit pretty.
But they don't understand it because they're so used to playing regular Stud 8, right? So they don't understand that when you play Super Stud 8, you can't be playing the 3, 4, 6, 7s, right? And you can't be because everybody's starting with 3 wheel cards.
Aces, 3 wheel cards.
Yeah, everybody's starting 3 wheel cards, and you can't peel a 4th. And so
aces are like basically junk in a
aces are
game.
Completely junk unless it's ace wheel. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I've played Super Stud 8. And I'm not trying to brag about it. I'd say 50 times, and I won 48.
Wow.
And I was playing 8 and 1600, and it's just there was like 3 of us that really truly understand the game, and it's kind of the skill of
that must be nice.
The skill of Super Stud 8 is real easy. What do you start with? And
pretty much
what do you call with on 4th? It's not really hard. Everybody makes it out to be so hard. It's like the easiest game in the world to play, but for some reason, like people have a brain fart on it.
It's like Big O.
Yeah,
exactly. Big O, not pot limit, just limit. If you've ever played it, limit. It's like the easiest game. I hate the game, actually.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's boring as fuck. Like Super Stud 8.
Because you can't, there's no maneuvering.
No maneuvering, right. Yeah. Super Stud 8 is the most boring game in the world. But when you're playing to make money, like people always ask me, like, what do you do certain fucking things? And I'm always like saying, well, I don't care how boring it is. It's about making money to me. It's just like when you play a ring game, no limit hold'em. Is there anything more boring than that?
No,
you got to sit there and fold and fold and fold and fold. But what's the discipline of it? The discipline is you're getting rewarded. Just like tournament poker. When you're playing mixed games, right? It's about folding. You're waiting, and sometimes you're just folding for hours, and the blinds are going up. And
yeah, those tournaments are so crazy too. I mean, I've played a lot of them throughout the years, World Series events and local events and stuff like that. And it's just like you said, you get down to like 5 big bets, and then like the chip leaders got like 20 big bets.
Yeah, 20 tops, right? That's why this year when I got up to 20 big bet, when I played the nub for like 8 hours, and then I got up to 20 big bets in stud 8, Ryan looked at me and said, "Oh, Mike's going to be a problem." Like Ryan really thought me and him were going to be head up. I thought me and him were going to end up head up, and I end up making.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see a good player at that.
Well, I end up getting 3.
Of the tournament.
I end up making 3 wheel draws on 4, and missing all three, you know.
Oh,
and so, and one of the key pots was late against Chino, where he raised and I defended with a deuce, and I had ace 3 in the hole, and I hit a 5 and he hit a 4, right? And I just check called him all the way down, and I caught king, queen, jack. On the river, he says pair of 4s. He paired 4s, which I needed, on 4, and bet it all the way. And I couldn't improve on. I couldn't beat a pair of 4s. You know, like 6, 7, 8, ace, jack, queen. You know, all are. You know, I get half without. It was very unlucky. It was late.
It's painful when you lose to someone like Chino in that game, too.
Yeah, Chino was playing really good at the time, too. But
I used to play him heads-up sit-and-goes years ago. And he was by far the most aggressive player.
They said when I left that he fucking donked it off, which I believe it, because he had so many chips. These people don't understand. Just because you have lots of chips, it's not fucking no-limit hold'em. You're playing stud 8 or better. You can't just run people over, you know?
Yeah, you can't. No. I see a lot of no-limit guys, like really good poker players, and deep in those events, I see them trying to run people over. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know, in the mixed events.
You just got to be patient, you know? It's like... The thing is like people are like I want like I'm the greatest or something, but like I've been in the last 10 years I've made the 10K stud 8 4 times, okay, and then I made the 1500. So I've made 5 in 10. There's only 2 a year. I made five. I made 5 final tables in stud 8, and in the last 20 years, even though I've missed the last 3 years, I've made 10 final tables in the 10K 08. You understand? So you know it's not luck. You know, you don't just sit there and make, you know. So I know how good I am in these games, and I'm willing to play them. I mean, I've played a ton of cash, you know. But anyways,
I always enjoy following your progress the last couple of years over the World Series. It's fun
when my documentary comes out and people will see what I just have to deal with on a daily basis just to fucking live life and to be able to play.
When does that come out, by the way? And where is it going to be?
We were me and the producer talked last night, and we're just working. He's finishing. We're working on finishing it up, and he originally we were going to have it out before this year's World Series, and now he wants to release it before next year's World Series, right? Like a couple weeks before.
Is he going to release it on like a major platform?
Yeah, it'll be on a major platform. So,
nice.
So it's so when people really realize what I deal with every day just to function, let alone play the best players in the world at the highest level, then maybe people will shut their fucking mouths. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, I look forward to seeing it.
There's very few people, only my closest friends and my mom, that understand. Like, listen, I don't want to feel sorry for myself because I did that for 5 years, but you know, I live life in debilitating pain, and I have to find a way to survive, and I find a way to survive, and I still play the best players in the world, and I do pretty fucking good, you know. And it's not easy.
Do you still enjoy playing?
I got my love back for poker. I would say after I got my spinal cord stimulator put in, which helped me a lot with my pain, even though the pain's gotten real bad again. I spent 5 years feeling sorry for myself, you know, with the injury I had, and it was really tough. But my love for poker grew because you know, that's why I wanted to win so bad this year. When I got second, it hurt so bad because, you know, it would have been the first time I've won post-injury. And, you know, that's all I kept thinking about, you know, like instead of really focusing on the head-up match, this is the first time I've ever played where I said, I have to win, I have to win, I have to win. And I've never played tournaments like that. It's always play one hand at a time, focus, play one hand at a time, focus. And I kind of put a lot of pressure on myself because my mom's like 86 and I want to be in the Hall of Fame before, you know, she dies. And so you know, I really wanted to win, you know, and I think it cost me. I know I gave away that match head up. The 25K horse, I made a massive mistake to Josh on day 3. I was so beat because we ended up with a 3-hour bubble that went to like 3 a.m. on day 2, and I was just really, really, really hurting, and I couldn't even move. Like I got to my room, I was like screaming in pain, and so I had them come. The lady that gives IVs, she came over to my room for day 3 in that morning, and I thought I was okay. And I don't want to make any excuses, but I made a mistake, and I ended up getting 5th. And but it's just not easy for me. So
it's pretty impressive that you can focus like that with.
But it's because you have to
everything
want.
you've gone through.
Well, you have to want it. You know, you have to block everything out. You have to go there and grind against everybody. You have to. It's all. Poker's mental as it is.
It's all mental, yeah.
Having to deal with debilitating pain while you're trying to, it's not easy. And so, you know, like me and Josh were fucking around. Like, so Josh is like, I'll cross book you next year at the series and the tournaments we play. And I said, okay, but I have to stab you in the knee, stab you in the leg, and stab you in your back. And you have to have like and then you could have throbbing in every spot of my body, in your body where I have, and then we'll cross book, you know. And you know, I said it jokingly, of course, but you know, that's just what I deal with, you know. So you know, it's no excuse, you know.
Yeah, that's the toughest thing, especially in tournaments. It's like I was always like strong for like 5 to 6 hours, and then I was done, and that cost me a lot in the end. I just didn't have the mental fortitude.
I sat there this year, and I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I wanted it so bad. I can't tell you some of the days. Like, people, like a lot of the top players saw me on the floor, like trying to stretch myself, just like screaming. And it sucks. But you know what? You know, every day I went to bed, I kept telling myself, you know, you gotta get through it. You gotta get through it, you know. And I credit Dan Shack. He told me about this company that comes and brings you an IV, and I started getting an I started getting an IV every other day that has you know, lots of vitamins in it and
electrolytes.
Right, and because I have to take Adderall to focus, because you know I can't with the pain I'm in.
I've never tried that. I wish I had.
Well, let me tell you something. With the pain, you're playing with a lot of kids that are on Adderall, and you take people 20 years, 30 years younger than you on Adderall, and they're like superhuman. So you know, the people that don't play on Adderall are pretty impressive, you know. But me, I have to take it. So you find yourself, you know, you have to take a quarter pill every like 4 hours, and sometimes you're coming up on midnight and you have to take a quarter pill, and then you're done at 2, and then all of a sudden you can't sleep, right?
Can't sleep,
and a lot of times when you take Adderall, you don't eat and you don't drink, you know, because you're so focused, you know, you're so focused. And so I realized, fuck, I've only drank a half a bottle of water today and I haven't eaten anything. And so I started getting these IVs, and as soon as I got the room at the Horseshoe and started getting IVs, I made 3 final tables in like 2.5 weeks, like including back to back in both the stud 8s. And I've never gone back to back final tables. You know, it's 6 straight days of play. Normally,
that's pretty tough to go back to back in the World Series.
Right, and since my injury in 2014, every time I've made a day 3, I would take 2 days off, right? Because I was so beat, my body hurt so bad. But this year, getting the room and getting the IVs, it allowed me to pretty much play at a pretty high level and didn't have to take that. And was able to. I've never played over 25 tournaments since my injury, and this year I played 36. So, it was. I really wanted to win really bad, and I know I gave away one, maybe two of them. I can name two hands right now that I think about every day, and
you're really. I mean, it's amazing that you remember. See, when I was younger, I would remember every hand that I should have played better, or made a mistake on, or even a bad beat, whatever. Yeah. These days, I don't even have the memory for that, and you remember every little moment.
Like I was talking to Ray D and shit, and I told them exactly what happened, because like if people who take Adderall, they understand. Like sometimes, when I played going into when I was down to like 3 people, 4 people on dinner break, I went back and forth. Should I take another half of Adderall? Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Because I wanted to have really good focus. But sometimes if you take too much, it makes you a little bit manic. And I elected to take an extra, and I got a little bit manic head up, and I decided I had to play really snug and careful because I was a little bit manic, and I was in a lot of pain, and I overfolded a hand that I look at now as just like the easiest call ever, but at the time it just was a mistake. And the same thing happened to me with 5 of us left. I overfolded to Josh, where I actually had him scooped on the turn, and I fucking folded. It's just this massive mistake. But when you're in a lot of pain and you deal with a lot of mental things that I deal with, you take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? And so,
for sure.
I if I'm going to play Doug, I'm going to make sure that I'm in a good spot where I don't have to. It's a lot different, playing cash, because you can make a mistake in a hand and it does. What's it cost?
Yeah, heads up. I mean, like online, you make mistakes quite frequently because you're playing so quickly.
Right.
Heads up when you're playing heads up. I mean.
Yeah, like heads up.
But live, you'll make a lot fewer.
Yeah, I won't make many at all. And even if I do, it's not like a tournament. Like you could also take breaks. Where in tournaments, if you're in pain, you can't just say I need a fucking break. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Thanks for the call. Let's go watch some football.
I look forward to seeing it.
All right.
Good luck, Mike.
Later. Take care. Yeah. All right. Well, I missed a half hour of the football game. I don't know what's going on, but we will see you. Are you not going out of town this week?
I'll be here this weekend.
All right. We'll see you this Friday. What's that? 4 days from now. And maybe me and Doug will have the match figured out. And I'll give you my pick of the week. We're 4-0 on my pick of the weeks that I've posted, 2-0 on my secondary picks. That's the only ones I'm winning, but that's the only ones I'm betting. So, but in my pick'em league, I'm like 500. I'll talk to you guys later on the Mouthpiece. Thank you guys. Have a great week.
The Mouthpiece.